Imagine you're wearing a backpack
Mhm.
and you're climbing the hill of becoming a millionaire. It's a hill, right? So it takes effort.
Yeah.
And I want you to think about the people in your life. Are they helping you or are they hurting you? And in this image, I want you to think of everybody that's hurting you as being a big rock that you have in your backpack.
Mm.
If you want to climb up this hill faster, if you want to have a higher chance of success, dump the freaking rocks. Alrighty, folks. I love on Sundays bringing you new faces and new names. We actually have a returning guest. Andrea's back with me. She has the #1 real estate investing school community. She's given me lots of great coaching and advice on how to drive community and really create that connection. So I will have her back anytime she says yes. But what I wanted to talk to her today, because again, she has an amazing story about becoming a self-made millionaire. And she obviously knows lots of self-made millionaires. I thought she and I should play this game I call ping pong, where we go back and forth and talk about the keys that we have learned being and knowing self-made millionaires. As the guest, Andrea, you always get to go first. So what is your first key to being a self-made millionaire?
Well, first off, thank you so much for inviting me again. I really appreciate it. But going to topic, I would say focus in one specific thing. I would say it's one of the biggest key factors to be a self millionaire, because sometimes for example, last year we joined the Boardroom Mastermind in it was June 2024. And even though we already became self millionaires, I found that we were very diverse. Like
Mm.
everything was so broad. And it's like if you don't focus on one thing at a time, that doesn't make you a scale. So I would say focus has been one of my biggest key factors to become a self-made millionaire. Yeah.
I love that. I love that focus is so important. It's obviously one of the keys of one rental at a time, especially in the beginning. I'm gonna kind of poke at that again because again, I want people to hear this. Of all the self-made millionaires, deca millionaires, and a couple of, 9-figure folks I know, all of them, and I stress this word, all of them got to the 7-figure status, millionaire status, by being maniacally focused on one thing. And the opposite side of focus is not diversified. 7 streams of income, this, that, and the other thing. Folks, stop it. Just stop it. You've got to become elite at one thing. You have a job, you have a family, life is already busy. And if you take these little fractions of time, these little fractions of money, and you spread them out, good luck. It's just not going to happen for you. It's certainly not going to happen in any reasonable time frame. Maybe you'll get there when you're 90 and you can't even use the money.
Yes.
But yeah, it's stop this diversification. Don't believe the hype. If go become a millionaire, maybe even become a multimillionaire. Then you could, hey, I'll put 1% of my net worth in crypto just in case, and I'll go buy some stock. This is just my story, but yeah, man, diversification prevents lots of millionaires from people becoming millionaires. So that's my first one. What do you got next, Andrea?
I would say next is consistency, being consistent in doing it over and over and over and over. It's freaking boring. Um, I mean, every day waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning is not fun. You have to have your own self speech to yourself. Like, listen, if you want to do this, if you want to continue to be that one in your family, you got to do it. Wake up, go to the gym, get it done. So consistency has been a key factor. And that's something my husband and I have a struggle a little, because it's like, some days he want to break it out. Of course, he's 8 years older than me. And he's like, Andrea, let's go on vacation. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? I got to continue. I have to continue to do this. So the consistency piece is very important, and you got to do it every day. It's not Monday through Friday. It's not 9 to 5. It's every day, all day long. So no such balance.
Man, Andrea, you're speaking my language. If you look at my 7 rules of ORaaT, it's focus and daily discipline. 1, 2. You are crushing it without even knowing it. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious to me that we speak the same language. That's funny. You know what? I'll give you one that's kind of out of right field. Self-made millionaires that I know have very small circles, right? Uh, they're not actively out seeking broad circles of friends. They're like, I can roll with 3 or 4 buddies or whatever that is. So what I would tell somebody to take from this is you got to audit your network, right? I think if you're going to go down this path, you've got to realize some of the people that are with you, you got to, some of them you got to cut out. Plenty of them you've got to distance yourself. And you've just got to know that this is a season in life. It doesn't last forever. It doesn't take forever to become a millionaire. In fact, it's a lot faster than you expect if you focus, if you have daily discipline, if you don't diversify. But you've also got to make sure that during the struggle, right? It's like, I wish I remembered the ratio, but if you put a rocket on the pad, the amount of fuel burned just to get it off the tarmac, like an inch, is something like, I don't know, 60% of all the fuel burned to get out of the atmosphere.
Yes.
But you've got to have the right people around you in the beginning, because any negative people around could stop you in your tracks, could make you take a right turn. You just don't need that weight. So what I would tell people to think about, this is an image an old sales leader told me one time, and it works here. Imagine you're wearing a backpack and you're climbing the hill of becoming a millionaire. It's a hill, right? So it takes effort.
Yeah.
And I want you to think about the people in your life. Are they helping you or are they hurting you? And in this image, I want you to think of everybody that's hurting you as being a big rock that you have in your backpack. If you want to climb up this hill faster, if you want to have a higher chance of success, dump the freaking rocks. It's just that simple. So, yeah, folks, audit your network, please.
Yeah, going back to that one real quick. One thing that actually I would put in number 1 is that one, because I personally don't have many. Well, I don't have friends. I literally, like, I don't have one. Probably it's my husband. That's my only one friend.
That's an important one.
I think if you put that one in the middle, everything else comes around, because it's like you don't have distractions, you have focus, you are not being all over the place, listening to these people talking to you, subtracting. So, and a big pocket of that, which I'm not gonna make a huge impact on that, is the family. Family sometimes can be your biggest enemies without even the intention. But
yeah,
unfortunately,
not generally on purpose, right? But yeah,
yes.
It can be.
Yeah, the next one I would say is because a lot of moms out there ask me, Andrea, how do you do with the kids and the family and the husband? Listen, I don't do anything special. I just don't have a balanced life. I just don't. Some days I'll spend more time with my kids. Other days I ignore them completely all day, and at night I feel regret. I cry. I ask God for forgiveness. But it is what it is. I just can't do anything else better than that, because I'm already giving my best. So for all the moms out there trying to become self-millionaires and also living with the regret, I would say, listen, there is no such. You don't get to be a self-made millionaire having the kids around you all day. You need to ask for help. You need to invest in babysitters, in people helping you, even though you're making $0 at the beginning. But that's getting your time back is what is going to scale you.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yeah, you've got to give yourself grace. This journey, it is a journey, and all journeys have good days and bad days and struggles. And I frequently tell people, almost daily, the first 5 years suck. It's that rocket getting off the launch pad, right? It's hard. It's miserable. But once the momentum is building, it gets better and better and better. And it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Yeah, I love that. I love that. The next thing I want to key on is community. All right, you and I both run school communities. You have the number one real estate investing school. Shout out to you again. We're no slouch here at One Rental at a Time, but we are certainly not number one. But being in surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals is like a superpower.
Yes.
Right? Even you and I have bad days, and I know you do the same thing, right? When I have a bad day, I just log into school and see what people are doing, and we both do events. I just had my Vegas event last weekend. It's 1
Congratulations.
week old and 51 weeks to the next one. I'm already counting down, and people are writing up reviews. We were featured in Business Insider, and people are doing live streams talking about their experience. It's just awesome to watch. It fills my heart, fills my cup. But you've got to put yourself in communities that are going the same direction.
Correct.
And all of us, we just need these little touchstones to just to stay straight and to keep going. What do you think?
Yeah, I was just in, as I was telling you earlier, I was in Dallas, and I had my hot seat presentation, and the topic I decided was my community, and I was trying to talk about my challenges and getting some feedback, but all the people that were sitting in there, they couldn't give me anything, and I'm like, I guess it's because they don't have such community. So everything got reversed. I said, well, guys, I'm gonna give you what I did, and I think this fills you up. Like, having a community is not just about having like-minded people with you and cheering you up and helping each other. It's more like it's a sense of purpose in life, because at the end of the day, I feel like as humans, we have to give. There is nothing better than giving. So it could be money, it could be knowledge, it could be time, whatever you give with nothing. You're not trying to get anything back. You're just giving it all that you have. I don't know, for me particularly, is so amazing. And then that's like a spider weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody else around you is like, oh my gosh, she's so great, she's giving this, and then they start asking you, like, why are you such a good human being? Why do you help
Mm-hmm.
people? And they have all this curiosity, and I'm like, I don't have an answer, because that's who I am, and I just want to give, and that's all I got. But the community has been, it has had a big impact in our business, because I think just the community and their testimonials, all the effort they are putting in and the results they are getting, is actually what is making us go all the way up quickly,
Yeah.
without asking it.
Yeah, no, what you're doing is amazing. I watch it all the time. I don't actually understand it all because it is in Spanish, but
Yes.
I can put most of it together.
Uh,
So what do you got next?
let's see next. Well, I think you kind of touch on that a little about discipline,
Mm.
because how can I say it? And I don't want to offend anyone. I actually talk a lot about this topic with my husband, but I think discipline is a word that gets everything kind of together. So, for example, I'm gonna go back to some people asking me, Andrea, how do you preserve your body? You have two kids, you have a business, how? And I will, well, I'm disciplined with eating. My body is my temple. I try to go to the gym at least 4 or 5 times a week. If I don't have time at night, I would just do a yoga class in my, even in your bed. You can just do some breathing, something, right? So, but the discipline, without that, I don't think there is anything else beyond, because you gotta, besides the consistency, you gotta do it consistently. But the discipline that you have with your own temple, your own
Mhm.
body. And my husband say, Andrea, I think you have a problem with overweight people. I say, no, there is not a problem I have with them. It's like, sometimes the way they speak, they are lying to their own selves. So
Mm.
you're telling me, if you don't have discipline with your body, which is your temple, you don't have discipline with anything else. You don't have discipline with your business. I can't trust you, because I don't think, if you can do it to your own self, you're not gonna do it to me. So
Mm.
consistency, discipline has been such something that I had since I was very young. I was always the first of my class, even though here in this world I have all the stuff they used to give me in the school, in high school, in the university. I was always the first one. And the only way I got there, it was being very disciplined, understanding that, okay, this weekend my friends are going out, but I am not going to go out because I know for a fact I'm going to get the best score in this test. And I just
Mm.
want to. That's who I am. So, discipline has been something I had since I was young, and I try to pour it into my kids. I say, like right now, my daughter is 8 years old, but she's going through like a huge peak of growth, and she's like, "Mom, what's happening with my body, with this, and this?" I say, "Well, listen." It's gonna happen, changes, but if you continue being disciplined with your eating habits and constantly going to the gym, she has like a gymnastic class,
Mm.
it's gonna be all right, because she's like getting bigger and she's like, what's happening to me? I say, nothing to be worried about, just continue to do what you're doing and you're gonna have the results you want.
Yeah, that's amazing. Hey, I heard you have an event coming up in September. Again, and I just finished my event. I'd love to hear about it. What's the focus? What's the agenda? Who's coming? What's going on there?
Well, let me surprise you real quick,
Okay.
okay?
All right. I like surprises.
I wanted to add to invite you live, like
Oh,
ask
wow.
if you could come to this event, because I think you have so much to say,
Sure.
so much to give. I know you don't speak Spanish, but the advantage of this event is that we're gonna have two screens, one for the
Okay.
presentation and one with all the translation. So
Wow.
yeah, in that event, we were gonna be pleased to have Pace Morby, big people in the industry, and I know for a fact you're gonna give so much that people need it. People need like people like you.
I would where is so it's in September, where?
Yeah, it's gonna be in the Orange Convention Center in Orlando.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could make it out to Florida, absolutely.
yeah, let's do it. And
All
that can
right.
host around 3 to 5,000 people. So
Wow.
we're gonna try to go that crazy. It's funny because when I was talking to the event people in Orlando, they were telling me, well, do you know that you need paramedics, you need fire marshal, you need a security, and I'm like, what is all this? They are like, so many people, you need all
Wow.
that because something can happen, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let's do it. I'm down. We're gonna go all.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah, I would love to come out and see what's going on, and yeah, if I'd love to give and help the audience anywhere I can. So I will be in Orlando in September. Yes,
let's do it. September 6th.
September 6th. You got it. Oh, that's
Yes.
fun. Very very cool. All right, so Pace Morby's going to come out headline the event for you.
Yeah, I mean, well, I teach, right? I do
Mhm.
my live classes in my school community. And one of the biggest topic that people cannot process, even though I try to dumb it down so much, is the subject to. And
Mm.
I'm like, it's such a small or probably $0 entry into the business that people have so much curiosity. And I'm like, well, I have tried. I have explained all the ways I do it, because there is so many ways you can actually do it. And I'm like,
Mm.
let's see if with Pace and his expertise, he can make it actually easier for people to
Mm.
understand. That's where he's gonna be the biggest highlight, because some of the Spanish people, they don't have, first, they don't have the education, which they are
Mm.
trying, but second, they don't have the money. So when
Mhm.
they don't have the money, they are like, how can I enter? And I try to say, well, wholesaling. But then at the end of the day, wholesaling is like, you gotta know, you gotta negotiate, you gotta speak English. So
Mm.
then I'm like, well, subject to might be one of the biggest thing they will understand at some point.
Yeah. No, I think you've got the man, myth, the legend himself. Obviously, the Sub Two King himself built an amazing community, and I think having Pace translated into Spanish is going to help a lot of people
Yes.
understand. Because again, he's got hundreds, if not thousands, of examples of Sub Two deals, no money. Again, it's about finding the situation, understanding some of the paperwork, um, and it's really the story. So I think you found the guy that really could hopefully be that unlock for the community. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then well, with your experience, one rental at a time, at the end of the day, these people want to build something else, right?
Hmm.
They have come to this country and they have went through so much, financially,
Hmm.
with changes like adaptability. So they want to build something for the next generations. And
Hmm.
what is better than having rentals and building that wealth, right? So I
Yeah.
think you will be able to give them so much, with the rental portfolio.
Yeah, again, the story of one rental at a time, really in the beginning, is if we can just get people to visualize getting to four, just four, it
Exactly.
changes their life. Four makes you a millionaire. You know,
Throughout the years, yeah.
yeah, it's just how wealth is done. And when I think about the people that come to America, right, the whole story of it's the streets are paved with gold and all those things we read about in the history books, the belief the thing that I anchor on is the American dream is still real. It takes work, it takes sacrifice. Like we're talking about being self-made millionaires, but damn it, it's still possible. In a lot of the world, somebody coming with 20 bucks in their pocket doesn't have a chance. You still have a chance here.
Yes.
And that is certainly the story I will be, developing and delivering for the audience in September. Is just to anchor that belief.
Yeah, thank you. Especially when you become, well, my husband is from here. And when he talks about becoming a self-millionaire, he's like, Andrea, what I don't understand is like we Americans, we have all the opportunities presented in front of us and we know them, right? We know the system, we understand it, but you guys come from another country, you don't understand the language, you don't understand the laws, you don't understand anything. And even though you take the opportunity and make it happen, so that's so massive and impressive. And I think listening from your standpoint, from your eyes, it will be way better and it's gonna resonate more because they're gonna feel more proud.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you something real quick here
Mm.
that Ken Clothier, in this boardroom mastermind event, he said, and I took notes because it was so impactful. He said, "You are the most qualified person in life to help who you used to be." And for me,
Yes.
it's like, that's so amazing because, yeah, that's why I'm having so much success helping my people because I was there. I was that single mother, working 5 jobs at a time. So, how I am not qualified to teach you how to make it happen if I was there one time 7 years ago, So,
No, that quote from Kent's amazing. Yeah, you are the most qualified to help the person that you were. That is awesome. It's really weird. I mean, that just sinks in, because
yeah.
again, where my avatar it very likely is W-2 employees in the rat race, realizing that there's a better way, and over the next decade, we did that. So, this is going to be a lot of fun. Any closing thoughts, Andrea? What is your school community? Where can we send folks? Closing thoughts.
Yeah, well, the school community, surprisingly, the name is not in Spanish. It is in Spanish. It's called the Investor Club.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can join us there. I actually tried to open the 7-day free trial, but I am such a crazy person with my KPIs because I do weekly KPIs to understand myself. And I was looking at the churn rate was going up because
Oh
people
yeah.
forget to subscribe. So I
Huh.
took it down. But guys, listen, if there is if there is something that you really want to poke in and see how good it is, because the community is always putting a lot of information there. They are now doing LLCs together, which is awesome. Like they are between 3 and 4 people, they are getting together and building up, right? So everything is in Spanish, a lot of information, sometimes overwhelming. There are videos, pre-recorded videos, like some books I have wrote.
Hmm.
Yeah, there is a lot of information of how to invest in general. It's not just
Yeah.
about fix and flip, it's fix and flip, how to build a portfolio, how to do subject to seller financing, wholesale, anything, right? And if you want to just the free stuff, is on my YouTube channel, which is Real Estate con Andrea. My Instagram, there is a lot of information. We're having so many events this year. There are some that are free events just to bring more people in and understand what we're doing. But I'm gonna be posting everything on my social. And as a final thought is that, listen, today is the day. Today is when you have to put that step forward that is going to bring you closer to where you at. I think I read something from Leila Hormozi saying that most of the people die by the age of 25 being
Mm.
alive, right? So it's like, listen, you have so much to give, you have so much to learn. So do something, but do it today. Not like, well, today's Sunday, let me do it tomorrow, Monday. No, 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 dude, this today. You don't know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. Just do one day at a time. And today, you have to put in your brain, today I'm going to make it happen. Today I'm going to do something small that is going to get me closer to where I want to be. Today I'm going to find that resourceful person that is going to help me. Today I'm going to find that book. Today I'm going to listen to that podcast I've been procrastinating to listen to. So just do it today. And with that mindset, you're going to get to where you want to be.
There you go, folks. Give her a follow. Andrea, you're amazing. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.